The Dark Star.
The Dark Star XII. Michael was searching under the ping-pong table, trying to find another one of the clues they had found in the previous room when Nancy yelled from across the room. "Hey, I think I found one," she called out, holding up another envelope, this one seemingly less yellow and more recent. She tore it open and pulled out 2 pieces of paper. "Ha, there's 2 this time," she said, holding up the pieces of paper, unfolding the first piece, revealing another page of sheet music. On the second page there was a note. "What's that say?" Michael asked, walking across the gym floor. She looked down at the note and read it out loud. "If you can find a computer terminal that has access to the command prompt, type in the following codes to initiate contact. C://tools/contact host 12.45.21.56.1119. That should give me access. Hope you guys are okay. I'm trying to help as best I can. Belladonna." And she folded it back up and looked at the page of music. It was the second verse of Ba Ba Black Sheep, just as she had suspected. "So how many pieces of the puzzle do you think we need to find before we can try out this code? If the code pad is a piano, I don't need any more pieces. I can play it by ear." Michael looked around the room, and there were only the 3 doors that the battle droids had come out of that could possibly be exits. "I guess it's choose door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. What do you think?" he asked, looking over at her. She thought for a moment before saying softly, "Well, I did always love the number 2 for some reason," and they walked towards the door in the middle. As they got closer, they could see that each door went off in the direction it was in, the first door going right, the third door going left, and the middle door going straight out the back. They made their way down the hall where there was a golden door and a small Casio keyboard on the right side. "Hey, I think that's it," Nancy exclaimed, approaching the keyboard and pressing the red power button. It came to life with a small digital color and sound display above the keyboard and pre-programmed beat buttons just below. She pressed the button labeled 1 and tapped the middle C key, and the room filled with the sound of a grand piano. "Okay, so let me try this," and she placed both hands on the keyboard in a pianist's stance and slowly played the song Ba Ba Black Sheep 1 full bar and waited. Above the golden door a red light flashed and a line of green went around the edges of the door, before a monotone voice announced, "Code accepted, control room access granted," and the door split open up the middle, revealing a main control room of some sort. There were terminals strewn across the room, some with cracked and broken screens, some with no keyboard. They all seemed damaged in some way or another. In the center of the room was a translucent map of the globe and the moon with objects floating between them. He squinted and he could see the International Space Station float by in the hologram of the map, but the image itself was on a flat screen 7 feet tall and 5 feet wide. There, just off to the right, Michael spotted a terminal with a small swivel chair, and on the screen was a blinking cursor. He sat down on the chair and looked back at Nancy. "Hand me that piece of paper with the code, please," he said, reaching out his hand. She pulled out the envelope and handed him the second folded sheet, and he unfolded it and placed it next to the mechanical keyboard. He typed a few commands into the terminal, navigating his way to the subfolder, and entered the text on the paper. The screen suddenly went blank and the lights in the room dimmed. On the screen were just 2 words, "awaiting connection."